I can tell it is midnight, not by the pitch black of the night sky, not by the tiny clock at my bedside table, but by the sounds of the monster coming towards my bedroom. I don't know why it likes to approach quietly, since I always know when it is coming. We both know I always know when it is coming. I lay curled up on my side, hugging my pillow, feeling myself sweat and hearing my breathing speed up. It's coming closer. I can hear it. I can feel it. You know, I saw it earlier today. I saw the way it looked at me, like it wanted to just devour me later. I felt fear run through my veins, being scared of this monster. It's not like being scared of vicious dogs or ghosts. It's a different kind of fear. The kind that freezes your insides, makes you think you could run on hot coals just to get away from it. The kind that never leaves your mind, even when it is daylight and the monster is nowhere near you. Now, as I lie alone in my bed, I hear the monster approaching. I hear a loud thud, and I think to myself, what was that? I am too scared to sit up and take a look. Besides, whether I look at it or not will make no difference. The monster will still hurt me. But that sound, it sounded as if something had dropped on my bedroom floor. No, it sounded as if something had come through my window. Something had jumped into my bedroom through the window. The monster is getting smarter, I realize. It doesn't have to creep past my mother's bedroom to get me now. Somehow it could climb up and into my room. Then I hear it. The monster is moving across my window, from my window to my bed. It is slithering? Slithering. This is new. The monster never slithers. Walks, yes. Crawls, sometimes. But slither, never. I still lay with my eyes firmly closed, trying my best to look as if I'm in deep sleep. Then suddenly, so sudden my heart skipped a beat, I heard the monster dive under my bed. I dared not move. I lay frozen. My breathing now seemed to be the loudest thing in the room. No, scratch that. The loudest thing in the world. I wanted to scream, but I know that would be of no use. The monster would get to me before I open my mouth. It's done it before. It's deathly quiet. It is under my bed, silent. I felt like I could die of fear. Why is it playing with me now? Why couldn't it just get it over with? I can't bear the suspense. It's a different form of torture. Then suddenly I hear it moving. It is getting up now. I hear the noises it makes against the floorboards as it gets up. Then I feel my bed moving. The wretched thing is on my bed. It puts itself on my bed. Slowly I can feel it getting closer. My hands are shaking like leaves. My heart feels like it will burst out of my chest. The hairs on the back of my neck stand like icicles. It moves until I can feel it leaning over me. I can tell by the way it positioned itself and by its cold as ice breath on my face. Open your eyes, it commanded. Startled, I opened my eyes and turned towards it. When I saw the monster, my mouth dropped open. Its skin was so black I couldn't make it out properly. The things that stood out were its eyes and mouth. Its eyes were a dark, piercing green. Its mouth hung open, and it seemed as if a fire was burning in its throat the way its mouth was lit up. A pulsating mixture of orange and red. Horns that looked as sharp as knives stuck out of the top of what I could make out as its head. It was huge. It towered over me. I felt suffocated just by how huge it was and how close it was to me. I calmed down quickly because I wasn't scared. In fact, I was confused. This wasn't my monster. This was a new monster. My confusion pushed aside some of my fear, and I found my voice. Who are you? If you have come to hurt me, please don't. I haven't done anything wrong. This new monster moved back slightly. It's hard to tell, but I think I confused it. What? Someone like me comes into your room and you automatically assume I'm here to hurt you? That's hurtful, it said. Nope, I've insulted it. No, sorry. I mean, what do you want from me? And by the way, you can't blame me for assuming you're here to hurt me. It's not as if you came during broad daylight and knocked politely on my door. The monster held a gigantic claw on what I assume was his cheek and contemplated this. You have a point there. Yeah, sorry for the theatrics. I had to make sure you were alone before the real monster came, he said. I froze. What time is it? I whispered. The thing above me turned its head and glanced at my clock. 11:59 p.m., it said. Why? Does the monster normally come at an appointed time? It comes at midnight, and it hurts me, this monster, I said, feeling tears forming in my eyes. You asked me why I am here? This new monster said softly. I am not here to hurt you. I am here to protect you. Your monster will never hurt you again, I promise. It laid one of its huge claws on my shoulder and patted me comfortingly. It felt like getting caressed with a brick. But I felt relief at its words, too relieved for words myself. I looked up at the clock. Midnight, I whispered, feeling fear creep in at thought of the real monster to come. The monster is coming. The new monster, this monster with no sense of personal space, got up from the bed and slithered over to the door. He stood next to it, ready to attack when the monster entered. I braced myself. We both became deathly still. Then we hear it. The monster, coming towards my door, coming quietly. I held my breath. I heard the knob turning. I glanced at my monster friend by the door. He held one claw up above him, ready to strike. Slowly, with a slow creak, the door opened, and Dad crept into the room. Your attendance has been recorded. Make sure to follow me on social media on your way out. Have your own stories? Submit them on my subreddit. Tune into my stories anytime and anywhere by listening to my podcast. The links to everything is in the description below. Until next time, class dismissed.